Welcome to this edition of McAllen Update. I'm Roy Canthu.
And I'm Roxanne Letterman. Today we're back out at the gorgeous McAllen Convention Center. And Roy, soon the surrounding area will be alive with even more construction. A regional investment firm and McAllen city leaders broke ground late June on a $20 million 6-story Embassy Suites hotel. The new 150-room full-service facility will be the signature hotel at the Convention Center complex.
McAllen seems to have grown quite a bit in the last few years, and with the new convention center and the performing arts center, I think it brings up, like I said earlier, a renaissance of the arts in the Rio Grande Valley. It brings in an upper scale clientele to McAllen. We're going to tap into that.
Construction on the new Embassy Suites is expected to begin in August and should be complete in about a year and a half. Forbes is putting McAllen in the spotlight. The American magazine, well known for its lists and rankings, just named the city of McAllen as the #1 city in the nation to quickly rebound from the recession. Let's hear Mayor Jim Darling's reaction to the big announcement.
We've always had a diversified economy, and so we've always had hedges. When, for instance, 2008, when the mortgage market failed, we had a lot of Mexican capital come in our real estate markets here that kind of held up the market more so than the rest of the country. We have winter Texans. We have our friends from Mexico come here and shop and invest in our community. We have entrepreneurship, I think, in the border among our business leaders, and so it didn't surprise me, because I think we do have advantages when it comes from economic matters. Strong farming community, for instance. We have oil and gas interest here. We have trade, tourism, the maquiladoras. You add all that up, and to me, it's not a surprise that we're #1.
If you're looking for a fun time to get healthy and fit, join McAllen Crime Stoppers at their annual event, Viva McAllen. The Viva McAllen and Run, Ride, and Share campaign are being held on Saturday, August 9th from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Join us here behind the McAllen Convention Center for a fun day of activity. There will be Darling's Dare Pedal Against Crime cycling ride, the Cowboy Queuing Against Crime cook-off, and a Run for Justice 10K family run and walk. This year, Viva McAllen will also allow you to start your marathon run for children at the Run with McGruff Kids Run. Bike McAllen will offer bike safety and bike rodeos, and Metro McAllen will show you how to use public transportation. Plus, Ranger CrossFit will host the Border Wars Team Shootout. An exciting new drainage project is underway in McAllen. Roxanne Lerma has all the details.
That's right, Roy. A big drainage project underway at the intersection of 31st and Quince near STC. To bring us up to speed on that, Bob Canterbury, our Capital Projects Engineer. So, Bob, tell us what's happening out here.
Well, good morning, and thanks for coming. We are doing a drainage project that's going to help this community, and it runs along Quince Avenue from 31st Street on the west end to 27th Street on the east end. The goal of this project is really to provide a positive discharge for the stormwater for this community, and it will also intercept flow that has historically gone down to the south to Pecan. So it's a FEMA flood hazard mitigation project that is 75% funded by FEMA and 25% by the city of McAllen.
Okay, so it's kind of a win-win situation. We're going to fix up this area, and then eventually it heads down and helps the folks over on 495.
That's correct. It'll intercept a lot of flow that in the past has flowed down to the 495 basin. So these folks will get the direct impact right away, and the folks down on 495 will see the secondary impacts, improvements.
Okay. Yeah. Excellent, Bob. Thank you for the update. And we're estimating around January 2015 that this drainage project should be complete. Back to you now, Roy.
Thanks, Roxanne. Growers in Mexico got a first-hand look to see what it takes to cross produce into the United States. The Mexican consulate recently brought together several governmental agencies to teach Mexican growers all the ins and outs of importing and exporting. FDA, Customs, brokers, the McAllen Chamber of Commerce, and the Produce Association all participated in the seminar. The farmers came from the interior of Mexico, primarily Zacatecas and Veracruz, and they're looking at McAllen for expansion opportunities.
It's a wonderful opportunity. I believe there's 30 companies represented here today. I think I heard there was 60 or 70 people from Zacatecas in this group and another dozen or so from the state of Veracruz. So it's well put together, and hopefully they learn a lot today, and there's a lot of growth that results from this.
The growers are looking to invest in distribution centers, new facilities, and cold storage preparation areas. A reminder from our Code Enforcement Department. You can and you will be fined if you're caught dumping illegally in the city of McAllen.
This is a very severe problem in the city. This is common areas where people come and dump at nighttime or even during the daytime when people or entities are not able to observe what they're doing. So what we do when we get a call into our office, our inspectors come by and they do an investigation, and if they find any tracking that tracks down the owner, they get cited. And the cited run from $50 to $500 per violation, and it's per day. So it's very important that we don't allow people to illegally dump in these kind of areas.
If you spot someone illegally dumping trash in our city, simply call 681-1900 to report it.
If you want to clean up your neighborhood and spruce it up a little bit, there's a new program in place that'll help you do that. Here are all the details.
Hi everyone, I'm Chris Lash with Keep McAllen Beautiful, inviting you and your neighbors to participate in a project that we have called Project Clean Neighborhoods. It's very simple how the program works, and above all, it's free. It's free for you and your neighbors. You simply contact Keep McAllen Beautiful, apply to have containers just like this one brought over to your neighborhood, and you can use them to clean out your garage, clean out the junk in your backyard that you don't know what to do with. Please call Keep McAllen Beautiful at 681-4562 to obtain more information on how we can bring Project Clean Neighborhoods to your neighborhood free of charge.
World Cup frenzy has swept the nation, and as you can see, it's taken over the McAllen Convention Center too. Here's Roy Cantu with that story.
We're here at the McAllen Convention Center here at Oval Park, where soccer fans have been coming to watch the games for the World Cup finals. With me right now is Yahaira Flores with the McAllen Convention Center. Tell me, how has the reaction been from all the fans?
It's been great. There's a lot of energy. It's very high energy. There's a lot of families that have been coming, which is great because it provides a family opportunity to watch the World Cup in a huge crowd. You can watch it at bars, you can watch it at restaurants, but this is very, very family oriented. We have goalposts out so little kids play. We have contests during halftime, contests before the games, lots of giveaways. Food is available. You can bring your own food as well. Beverages are also available for purchase. Fans have loved it. We have a lot of face painting. There's a little bit of everything. And again, like I said, this is one of the only family-oriented events.
And I know people from across the valley have been coming. This is just not people from McAllen.
No.
I talked to people from Donna, Mercedes. I had some people from Western Hidalgo County. So really people are coming here to sort of be with other fans to support their teams.
This is the next best experience than being in Brazil in a stadium. We couldn't bring Brazil here, we couldn't bring the stadiums to you, but we could bring this FIFA Fan Fest. For certain games, for the big games, we've had thousands and thousands of people show up. For other games, we just turn the big screens on and, you know, we have a couple hundred people that'll go. But people have really been supporting their teams. It's so fun to see people dress up in their jerseys, get their face painted, put wigs on. I mean, the fans are absolutely crazy, and it's fantastic. We love it. So much energy.
The McAllen Convention Center is going to continue to air the games till the very final game.
We are airing every single one of the World Cup games. We are airing all the games. There's a couple conflicts in time because FIFA purposely puts two games that play together at the same time, but we're airing every single one of the games that is on Univision feed. So we will put a huge party together for the final. So please come support your country for the final, whether they made it to the final or not. Come in your colors. We want people from all over to come support their country for this grand final for the World Cup.
Well, thank you very much, Yahaira. And Yahaira's been running the main stage here at Oval Park. So come out here and visit with her and see what you can win. Also bring your lawn chair. I found out if you bring a blanket, you can lay down on the floor with your whole family. It's a great adventure here at the McAllen Convention Center for the World Cup Finals. I'm Roy Cantu for the City of McAllen.
Health in South Texas took center stage at a press conference recently. John Sharp, Chancellor of the Texas A&M University System, along with Senator Juan Chuy Hinojosa, publicized the launch of the Healthy Texas Initiative at a press conference held at the McAllen Public Library. The initiative's pilot program, known as Healthy South Texas 2025, marks an unprecedented effort to reduce preventable diseases in the valley by 25% by the year 2025.
It's an audacious goal, but with the A&M system behind it and local officials and partners behind it as well, I think it's an attainable goal if we all work together. So I applaud them for setting that out there for us to try and achieve.
Making safety a priority, that was the goal in the first annual Risk and Safety Symposium held at the McAllen Convention Center in June. The City of McAllen's Risk Management Department invited speakers from across the state to present on emerging trends, best practices, and latest innovations in the area of risk and safety for employees. The symposium allowed for excellent networking with municipalities from across South Texas.
The most important part of safety is to reduce injuries. We want to save lives. We don't want people to get injured, and a lot of that starts with just planting the seed about safety.
The symposium was a success, and the city plans to bring in more safety officers and management staff next year. The McAllen Fire Department gave some much-needed help to their counterparts in Reynosa. Roxanne Lerma has the story.
That's right, Roy. We are celebrating our sister city relationship with the city of Reynosa in a really special and unique way. Our McAllen Fire Department is donating a truck and some much-needed equipment to our sister city. To tell us more about that, Chief Rafael Valderas joining us now. Chief, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So, Chief, how did this all come about that we're donating a truck and equipment to Reynosa?
Back around October, we received a request from the Protección Civil in Mexico, and they were wanting any kind of a donation that we can give them from the fire department. And so it so happened that during that time we were getting ready to receive our new Engine 4. And the way it works is we have 7 engine companies, frontline unit, and we have 4 reserves. And so when we replace the frontline unit becomes a reserve, and the oldest reserve unit, which is this one, is a 1989 unit. We either auction it, or to serve better the citizens of Reynosa, we're donating it to them because of their sister city agreement that we have with them.
So how important is this for Reynosa? Like, how does this help them out?
Oh, this is going to help them tremendously. They only have 1 unit currently, and I believe it's older than this one. So by getting this unit and the equipment that we're giving them 20 sets of bunker gear and some helmets. That's going to go a long way for them providing better fire service to their citizens.
Okay, and lastly, Chief, what exactly does this say about our partnership with our sister city of Reynosa?
Like I've mentioned before, it's just the river that divides us. Firefighters are firefighters. They suffer just like anybody else when they go into these buildings, and they suffer even more if they don't have the right equipment. So this is going to go a long way in helping our sister city and their fire department. We're like brothers.
All right. Celebrating the brotherhood, Chief Valderas, thank you for joining us, and us unifying our sister city relationship with the city of Reynosa. Roy, now back to you.
Longtime city employees received a pat on the back. The city of McAllen recognized employees who have worked for the city for 10 to 40 years. Dozens of staff members attended the ceremony to receive a plaque for their years of service. One employee from Parks and Recreation celebrated 40 years working in McAllen. City Manager Roy Rodriguez says this is a small token to recognize employees for the great service they provide to our citizens.
It's very appropriate. It's our duty to, at a minimum, recognize their service to the city, and certainly to recognize those that have been fortunate enough to retire from our community.
The city has 1,600 employees who work full-time for the city in more than 25 departments.
That wraps up another edition of the McAllen Update. Don't forget to catch us on Facebook, Twitter, and on McAllen.net. For the City of McAllen, I'm Roxanne Lerma.
And I'm Roy Cantu. We leave you with some highlights from the 4th of July celebration. Thanks for joining us.